Supremo. Attitude empower sneakers. Attitude empower sneakers. To look that good just ain't that easy. Here's a Mr. Wonderman.
Hello, and welcome to the Sonic Shuffle, a random and holistic Sonic lore podcast. I am Devon, one of the students.
I'm Morg, the other student.
And I'm Dan, the teacher. And this week, we read some UK Sonic comics. Sonic the Comic.
Sonic the Comic.
It's, I've got one piece of news off the top of my head. I just need to confirm it. Coming this October is a new IDW miniseries for Sonic. Let me just look up the name. Let's see. Yes, here we go.
Dr. Starling goes
IDW
to
and
prison.
Sonic the Hedgehog celebrate...
Dr. Starling goes to prison.
Yes. IDW and Sonic the Hedgehog celebrate classic friends and foes in upcoming Tales' 30th anniversary special and Scrapnik Island. I mean, I guess it is technically Tales' 30th anniversary since Sonic the Hedgehog 2 came out the year after. So yeah, there's going to be a mini-series called Scrapnik Island. It's going to feature... it's going to have Mecha Knuckles in it.
Oh, shit.
They're on an island full of robots that are trying to destroy them. Seems good. It looks like it's very Halloween themed. We've got some great cover art, including a cover for the second issue, which has Knuckles wearing... It has Mecha Knuckles wearing the hat that Knuckles wore in the OVA, so glad that's back.
He gets the cowboy hat?
Yeah.
That rules.
What I'm really wondering... as a Sonic fan is the Tails doll going to be there, and are they going to lean into the creepypasta?
I mean, they better.
Mm-hmm.
Why go to, an abandoned, robot island if the Tails doll is not there puppeting them all?
Yeah.
Their evil god.
Mm-hmm.
I am God. Well, that's not easy, but still. What if Tails doll said, I am God?
I mean, he probably does sometime.
Yeah.
All creepypastas eventually say, I am God or something.
Yeah.
Right. True.
Or I am the one you fear when you close your eyes at night and take a shit, or something like that.
Right.
Damn, I would be afraid if Tails doll watched me take a shit, though.
Yeah, that's a private moment. Get out of here, Tails doll, you weirdo.
I don't even like it when my cat busts on me doing that, and he does it constantly, so...
Yeah, my cat likes to drink out of the shower because she's a weirdo.
Oh, yeah?
And so she always tries to go in with me, and I'm like, you ain't in here while I do my business.
There's also going to be a Tails 30th anniversary special releasing in November, the 30th anniversary of Sonic 2. We've got some prototype cover art, which depicts Sonic and Tails with, the flickies from, noted, first stumble in Sonic's history, Sonic 3D Flickies Island.
I've never even heard of this, I don't think.
Yeah. We'll have to cover it at some point.
Real big stumble.
I always forget about it myself.
Left a real impression on you, huh?
That's how you know it's good.
I guess now's a
Your
good
brain
time
has to
describe
forget it so you don't like Flowers for Algernon yourself.
Yeah.
Art not fine. I mean, his art style's cute at least.
Sonic 3D Flicky's Island is this game that came out a little after Sonic 3, but before, or it was Sonic's Saturn title, though it also came out for Genesis, and all the versions you can find legally accessible are the Genesis version. Instead of Sonic running through 2D stages, he's doing an isometric platforming challenge where he has to kill robots, collect the flickies inside them, and get them to rings at the end. It's actually quite a bit closer to an old Sega arcade title called Flicky than a traditional Sonic game.
When will we get the Sonic Metroidvania we all want? Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about that. But yeah, that's the news we have for now, to the best of my knowledge.
Just real quick, sorry if you hear cat sounds and door rattling sounds in the background. We recently got a dog, and so my cat's relegated to my room while they get used to each other, and she's not happy about it. So she is banging on the door to get my attention.
Right. So, with that news out of the way, let's talk about some Sonic comics. Our first issue for today is, issue 37, Sonic and Knuckles head to Dread against Robotnik.
Bless you.
We're gonna get some Knuckles. In the, Control Zone, we also get, a Supersonic somebody made... No, wait, this is a Tails. This is a Tails someone made out of Legos.
That rules.
That's awesome, honestly, yeah.
So...
If anyone ever wants to show me any of the cool things they made out of Legos, I will 100% be down for that.
Sonic and his friends have to escape their old base and move to a new one because Robotnik found the location of the base and he's gonna attack it with his robots.
Yeah, like, a lot of people have, like, left already. But, like, Sonic, Porker Lewis and Johnny Lightfoot are still there when Robotnik comes in. Because they're trying to get Kintabor's, like, AI downloaded into a ring?
That seems to be what they're doing, yeah. It's, well, yeah. The Kintabor AI is just, throughout this, I guess I would call him the Zordon of Sonic.
Could you imagine if there was an episode of Power Rangers where they're like, our base isn't safe anymore, we have to get Zordon onto this flash drive, and he's just saying, sorry guys, I'm so good, I just have such large file space. I'm state of the art.
Have enormous file space.
I'm sorry, my RAM.
Listen, it's the 90s. They've only got like 512 megabytes to work with.
I know. It's taking so long.
True.
Anyways, we haven't done this comic in a while, and it always tickles me when I see Porker Lewis and Johnny Lightfoot in their regular guy jeans and leather jackets with Sonic's face on the back of them.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
And it's just great because, like, you know, Sonic still isn't wearing clothes, so the fact that they're, like, wearing Sonic on their clothes is, like, great.
Yeah, that's the deal they had to work out.
Yeah, once again, it's just like if you got a crispy JPEG of your friend on the back of your Letterman's jacket.
Yeah, and we talked about the last time that we would get, like, our persona, or, like, we would get our friend's persona on the back, like...
Yeah.
Or something.
It whips.
That'd be cool, actually.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Knuckles, he's on his floating island, and he's, trying to, clear it of all, Robotnik presence. He, smashes up a robot. He finds the Death Egg. We cut back to, the Freedom Fighters, where they are being attacked by Robotnik. Johnny Lightfoot's got a cool punji stick, but it's useless against Robotnik's big-fisted robot.
Yeah, he got a big old, egg fist robot.
I just realized, I think this is supposed to be based on the final boss of, the original Sonic 3, before you put in N. Knuckles. Yeah, this is Big Arm. Sonic, is able to stop him by, smashing up the, cave walls and bringing them tumbling down on him. They get, Kentobor on the ring, and they need to find a way out. Unfortunately, all of the exits are sealed. And Robotnik's about to get out.
Then he gets a call on his funny phone.
Yeah, he gets he gets a call on the funny phone. It's his, toady Grimer. He tells them that, Knuckles attacked us, but he's dead now. It was really messy, actually.
We can't give you any proof because it's so messy.
It's splattered everywhere.
He's just a pile of hamburger meat.
And, what we find out is that after, the call-ins, Grimer's all tied up. Just, his name being Grimer,
Shibari Grimer.
Yeah.
The Pokemon. I'm just, picturing... Thanks for saying Shibari Grimer.
You're welcome.
Oh, he is kind of tied up, huh?
He's kind of tied up. But yeah, he's, being forced by Knuckles to tell Eggman everything's fine.
To be fair to this comic, it was 2 years before the big Pokemon craze.
True.
Also, Pokemon stole it from this comic.
Yeah.
He doesn't even look like a driver, though.
Yeah, they said the name is all that they need.
But, if you're picturing, the Pokemon Grimer in, rope, you would just, slime out of it.
Yeah.
He's just goop.
Yeah.
But he stays there because he likes it. Hey, remember the cool sheep OC?
Oh, yes, actually. We'll get to her in a minute.
Okay.
But for now, that's the end of the Knuckles story. Lost my notes. Hang on. I've got too many things open.
It really do be like that sometimes, though.
Don't we all?
There we go. Okay. We've got, in the review zone for this issue, it talks about a very not good looking, mascot platformer called Radical Rex.
I feel like
I kind of hate to look at him.
This.
I can't confirm this, but this feels like one of the games that they put on Nintendo, on the Nintendo, online store, or Nintendo Switch, retro, whatever the thing's called, where they let you play old SNES games. You can't play, Chrono Trigger, but you can play Radical Rex.
The thing about this character is that he's a T-Rex, and, in no way indicative of any of this, but he feels racist, you know?
Yeah.
I look at him and I'm like, I feel like you're racist against something, and I don't know what.
Yeah.
He probably has, like...
His existence is a slur.
A weird
Willie
accent or
Beamish-ass
something.
motherfucker. We also get a review for Umemi Mystery Mansion. It's a it seems to be like
Is this
it's like an old adventure game. It looks like it's in first person, and it's like got sort of like a horror vibe. You're like looking for your missing sister. You have to like go into this scary mansion.
It kind of looks like the FMV like vibe, like the picture. I don't know if it actually is that, but like that's what it reminds me of. Is like that kind of style of. I don't know if it actually has that though.
Yeah, I'm looking this up now. It was also released as Mansion of Hidden Souls. It was inspired. It's like a Myst clone. It looks like a sort of Myst style game. Oh yeah, you like go into this haunted mansion, and there's like you meet like different ghosts from throughout the years. Looks amazing. Yeah, I'm just glad that this sort of game is on here.
Yeah. I'm glad it exists.
Let's see. So, we also get our Eternal Champion story. I'll go over it just sort of briefly, but like, it's like set in like the 1930s or whenever, with the noir detective fighter guy. He's like investigating a crime syndicate, but it's like actually secretly run by one of the time travelers he met in the original game. I'm just very entertained by the presence of this just extremely noir style story in here. Like the whole story like goes throughout these 4 issues, and like a lot of it seems to be based around the fact that he's a like burglar and can do like acrobatics and shit.
Yeah, could you imagine being like an 8-year-old coming to wanting to read your latest like favorite Sonic comic, and then you turn like a few pages too far, and this dude is like beating the shit out of people, and then there's like a sexy lingerie woman on the last page.
I'm just like, is this like a weird Wonder Woman ripoff or something?
Her name is Shadow Yamato.
Yeah, she's from the year 1994.
Far off future.
Damn, I'm also from 1994.
Damn, I'm not.
That's when I was.
The news. Yeah.
I was not even a twinkle in my mother's eye.
I was also born in 94.
Nice.
Damn, I'm baby.
You are.
We get some news. We learn about Earth, the upcoming video game, or recently released. The game Earthworm Jim. Cool game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yay!
Yeah. Cool game. Too bad it's made by like a raging homophobe. He's not even like listed in the article though, so that's nice. It just talks about Dave Perry, who I think actually was at some event last year announcing like a shitty knockoff console.
Interesting.
Wait, am I thinking, is it Dave Perry or some other old dev guy? I can't remember.
It's Dave Filoni, the creator of Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
They...
Shariffa from Secret Life of the American Teenager.
So true.
If only Steve Shariffa were here. Let's see. They announced some other games that are coming up or have just come out. They reveal this is neat. Another World 1 and 2, The Second Beginning. This is another world, another classic video game. It's this weird 2D platformer, but with more parkour-y physics, or not even parkour, just slow, realistic physics. You can die very easily, but it's very visually striking. There was a remake that came out a couple of years ago. It looks sick. Anyways, let's talk about this cool, sexy, sheep woman.
Yeah, let's talk about this cool, sexy sheep woman.
Yes. So picking up from last Tails story, Tails is with the Zone Runners.
No, Tails is the Zone Runner.
Yeah,
and
Tails is the
Zone
Runner.
Sheep.
Right.
Because they're sheep. So they're the flock.
A Zone Runner is a person who travels the zones fighting Robotnik, which is already most of the characters, but...
True. It's just the thing is called Zone Runner and the Flock, which is very much like a band name.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very much getting... The guys who played this either just finished writing another 2000 AD story, or just watched Blade Runner, or maybe both.
Yeah, this is heavy, it is the 90s, we like sci-fi.
Yeah, good old 90s cyberpunk. Tails gets this,
That's
little...
why Tails is in a fucking coat.
Yeah, he's in an oversized trench coat.
Yeah.
Yeah, his Harrison Ford trench coat.
He gets a little computer that you can plug into electronic doors to make them open. Microputer. So, the flock,
My mom was trying to talk to me.
Yeah, that's alright. I might cut that out. So, the flock, they shoot a badnik, free the animal inside, and all climb on this one, hover pad. They call it a floater. It nearly, loses control, but, Tails accidentally, presses a button that restabilizes it.
Yeah,
there's
it's a funny scene. Oh, sorry.
Yeah?
There's a funny scene where they all get on and it's floating away and they're like, no, Tails! Oh my god, he's gonna die, he didn't get on the ship in time. And then he just kind of flies up and they're like, oh, great!
Yeah, he can fly.
They're like, oh, okay.
They're like, great, man. Good for you.
Yeah. They reach their destination, the barrier, where, robots are trying to, break it open so, all the pollution can flood into the other zones. They meet up with Nuts and Bolts. They're gonna have to deal with them, but, we won't find out about that for another 2 weeks.
God, I forgot his necklace is a bunch of funny faces.
Oh yeah, it is. That's
I love
fun.
the necklace.
And they're all, always kind of looking at the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Which is delightful.
It's a good touch. I am noticing there's another non-sheep, furry girl here. I don't know...
Yeah, this sexy dog lady.
Yeah, I don't know if, there was some, mistaken instructions or if she's part of the flock, or what the deal with her is, but she's here.
Yeah, because Nuts and Bolts is like directly talking to her, and she doesn't say or react.
Yeah, I guess she works with Nuts and Bolts.
Oh, yeah, who the fuck is this?
This is someone's OC again.
Her name's Tess. She's a sexy dog lady with, like, a bra and camo pants.
Combat ready.
There's just, like, definitely an aesthetic to all these, like, futuristic women furry beings.
Yeah, it's tall and in combat cargo pants.
Yeah.
And they can probably step on me.
Yeah, they could probably, like, crush you, haha.
Yeah, it would be very cool and sexy.
Or, like, you know, not that... You shouldn't do it, but, like, maybe you should, haha.
Yeah.
I'm joking, though.
So, we get our photo zone. We get more Lego creations. In addition to the Tales from earlier, we've got a Robotnik, we've got some Sonics. We've got this really good one that's like, it's like Tails' face made in Lego bricks, and also sort of like a little, like, goofy sprite almost. And it's got, like, the words Tails underneath, or the word Tails underneath. I like it.
People be making good shit with Legos.
In the Q zone, we get a little, like, continued guide to how to, like, fight the bosses in Sonic 3. We get more Decap Attack, and it gets very ACAB. They, like, turn on the cop and they start trying to fight him. At one point, like, one of the dudes, like, is, like, working with the cop, and he's like, hey, you betrayed your friends. Do you want to join the police?
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
There was a weird shift in the 90s where, like, things were ACAB, but only if it was, like, funny. And then the police got really good with PR.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, this cop is like a real Dirty Harry sort of guy. He's got this gun with a gigantic barrel. There's like a gag at the end of the first story here where, like, he's so scared and, like, Chuck is like, fuck yeah, I knew I could do it. But there's actually a much bigger, more terrifying monster behind him.
Yeah, this comic said ACAB. It did say yes to Vor.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I mostly read the Sonic stories, so I missed that.
Oh, well, you're in for a treat on the next chapter we had to read.
Fuck me. Okay.
There's some more, we get some, like, speed lines, nothing too, like, great, nothing too, like, exceptional, but, like, there is this really nice piece of, like, fan art by a kid of, like, Sonic in, like, sort of Star Trek sci-fi uniform. There's also, like, a letter that's basically an advertisement for this super console that combines the Genesis and already has a Sega CD built into it, and it costs 300 pounds sterling.
And I'm sure that console will continue into the future.
I'm sure Sega will keep making consoles.
Forever and ever.
Yeah. Yeah, it also mentions, well, there is this cool, like, combo thing, but, you know, the Sega Saturn's also coming out, and it's gonna cost $499, and, you know, it's gonna be the next step in video game technology. So, that's the end of this issue. Next issue. The control zone for this issue, like, opens up with, like, a little warning. Or not like a warning, it's like, fireworks safety advice, because this is being published in, like, late September, early November. It says November 11th, but I think that's, like, the date before the next issue comes out or something. Like, but, like, Guy Fawkes Day is coming up, and that's basically British 4th of July. So it's got some fireworks safety.
Yeah, kinda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Remember, don't put a 4th of July rocket right onto your head. And then light it.
Put it right up your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then go to the moon.
Well, it's like, John Green said. It's like, it can't kill you if you don't light it.
So true.
So true.
Thank you, Brooks.
Thank you, Brooks. We continue off of our last main issue story. Sonic and his friends are surrounded by Robotnik and his big arms and the robots.
His big meaty arms.
Yeah. They are saved. Oh, I'm just looking at some of these badniks. They look great.
Yeah, they do.
There is one that is based on the robot that, Grounder is modeled after. And it looks so very different. I love seeing this, alternate evolution path Grimer. But,
yeah, this is,
Knuckles comes in.
What's the region? The Galar version.
Yeah, this is like Galar. Yeah.
Galar Grounder, yeah.
Galar Grounder.
We get, Knuckles showing up. He saves them, he smashes open, the cockpit, and, Sonic, goes straight through it and, defeats the robot. Sonic and his friends are able to escape, but then they have to, fight a shitload of robots. It's great seeing all these guys. They team up. They've got reinforcements coming.
They kick a whole lot of ass.
Yeah, we get this big single action panel of them, of Sonic, Knuckles, and also Johnny Lightfoot, punching robots.
Porker Lewis is way in the background, just still holding the damn ring.
Yeah. He's not a fighter. He's
just a guy.
He's just hanging out back there. Sonic and Knuckles and Johnny finish smashing robots. And Knuckles tells Sonic that, yeah, I don't want to fight Robotnik, I just want to leave my island in peace, but, the whole reason Robotnik found out about your base was because, I joined up with him before, so I'm, honor bound to help you.
Also, I mean, Knuckles does have a fucking death egg, or did have a death egg on his island.
Yeah, but he took care of that.
He gets, one of the little floating Egomatics and flies off. And the story ends with, them, disguising as travelers, I use travelers in quotation marks,
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Very,
yeah.
Very, 90s depiction of a Romani person, kinda, thing going on here.
And these are British people, so they know it's a slur.
Yeah, and they like it that way.
They love saying it.
They didn't say the word, did they?
Yeah, they didn't say it.
They didn't
here.
say it.
Just,
I was
Oh, okay.
the moment I
just talking
saw
about
it.
British people in general.
The vibe is that they wanted to say it.
Yeah, the moment I saw it, my eyes were like scanning like a hawk.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they get past like a little toll booth.
A toll booth in the middle of
by...
a field, mind you.
Yes.
This is clearly like a middle of the field, and their cart is clearly like making like the road as they go. They're just kind of going, and there is just kind of like a toll booth in the middle of this field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's normal.
Which is delightful.
Yeah.
I mean, is that not what a toll booth in the middle of the highway is? It's just in the middle of
just
nowhere.
Well, if you think about it.
Yeah, so they put on their disguises and they leave, and that's the end of the story for the main story for this issue. We in the review zone, nothing super big here. There's a game called Drop Zone. It's got amazing box art. It's like this fucking space marine dude, a knockoff version of the alien from Alien, and like a sexy lady wrapped up in webs. It's incredible.
Players, you too could get this lady out of sexy spider webs. Sorry, my roommates are laughing.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. They're having a good time, and that's nice.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We get another game called SS Lucifer, which it says is like an Amiga game. By the way, fun thing to remind people, UK had a region exclusive, like, rival console called the Amiga, and like,
what?
It's got like really nice like graphics and
like the
music
wristwatch
and stuff, but
like the watch, Amiga.
Yeah, like the watch. I think it might be by the same company.
Great,
interesting.
Could you imagine if in Casino Royale, James Bond just like slapped down an entire console and Vesper was like SNES and he's like Amiga and she's like beautiful.
Mm-hmm. That would be amazing. And then every dad in the audience went out and bought an Amiga. Yeah. The Amiga has like this very distinct vibe because I think like a lot of Amiga games were like made by like smaller studios or something. Like, or maybe I'm thinking of the ZX Spectrum. The other British exclusive console. That like had like a whole indie gaming scene.
God, remember when there were more than like 3 consoles?
Remember when there were... No, I don't. Sorry.
Remember when...
And now now they're, like, now you get indie games on, like, the big consoles. You get them on, like, the Switch and stuff.
Yeah.
Or, like, the PC. I guess there's a lot of, like, PC ones.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of PC, like, indie devs, but I'm just like, there are 3 consoles out there. You go with your Xbox, you go with your PlayStation, you go with your whatever the fuck Nintendo is doing right now.
It's a Switch.
Yeah.
It's still the Switch.
Get your Nintendo Switch.
I play PC games and Switch, so.
Yeah, I love me some video games.
I do love me some video games.
They do make
it looks
my brain
like,
go burr.
Yeah. SS Lucifer seems to be like, it's got some sort of like Lemmings thing where as you're platforming, you've got to like find like people who are being held captive and like bring them to a rescue point. Weird little game. We get more Eternal Champions. We get our detective cat burglar guy beating up cops. We get the news zone, which is revealing a bunch of, like, licensed, it's like revealing, I think these are supposed to be, like, licensed, video game titles for, like, movies at the time.
Yeah, I remember the Lion
the
King
Lion
video
King.
game.
Yeah, the Lion King video game is, like, actually
Yeah,
good.
that shit whipped.
I have very vague memories of, like, being at a family reunion or something, and they had, a Super Nintendo with the Lion King on
I played it at a church. Along with
yeah.
God of War
Oh,
for
yeah.
some reason.
Wait.
Well, they're Greek gods, so we already know they're not real.
Yeah, that's the kind of game you should have at a church.
The church made me into a pagan, you know.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Let's see, we've got, some, it lists off, like, Adam's Family Values, we get, a Flintstones game, we get one called Three Ninjas Kick Back, and,
We all remember that movie.
Fucking Three Ninjas. I've heard of it somewhere, but I don't oh! If it's the movie I'm thinking of, it's a weird, bad movie, but I might be thinking of something else.
I am.
Time to watch it for bingo.
Yeah. We've got, a Beethoven game, Double Dragon game. We're getting, like, actual video games now. Double Dragon, Mega Turrican, Battletech, all sorts of games. Then we get, like, a little fan art page.
They're Halloween Sonics and Tails.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
we've
nice.
got, like, some Vampire Sonics.
I'm loving the just
Tails.
green Sonic where all it says below is green for danger.
I love it.
He's got, like, a pair of fangs. This is... Whoever made this just, like, had, like, a weird vision of, like, 2006 and just tried to draw Scourge from memory. We've got a really cool, like, we've got this piece of, like, Sonic art where it's just got, like, really weird abstract coloring. And
Yeah, I like that one a lot.
it fucking rules. Zone Runner and the Flock. We've got Tess, we've got, the Flock. Tails, the Zone Runners are like, or the Flock are like dealing with the regular robots, while Tails is dispatched to deal with, Nuts and Bolts. He, like, flies away from him, like, tries to, like, hide in, like, a building. He's got the little microcomputer, so he's gotta, like, shut the door with it. But he's, like, having a really hard time getting it closed.
You used the S word. Sonic.
Yeah, Nuts and Bolts hates when, when they talk about
Don't
Sonic.
fucking say his name.
So, like, Tails, like, shuts the door, and then, like, oh no, he's gonna, like...
Nuts and Bolts is getting through. He opened the door again.
He opens the door, he's like, oh no, close it, and then it crushes Nuts and Bolts under it.
He crushes nuts.
Yeah, it crushed his nuts.
He's waking up to ash and guts. He wipes his brow. And slaps his nuts.
So, like, when Tails is, like, having trouble, it just keeps opening and closing and, like, crushing him and breaking him apart.
Yeah, how horrible.
And then, like, yeah. And then, like, Nuts is,
Tails.
he's, like, his, like, head breaks off, and it, like, turns into sheer heart attack and, like, scoots away. It's got, like, little wheels.
Could you imagine if the music started playing?
Just the Yoshikage Kira music.
Yeah, he Nuts and Bolts scoots away, and all you just hear him say is "Kochiro Miro" as he rolls away.
So, the flock have, fought like a big monster while Tails is dealing with that.
Yeah, just off screen.
Yeah. They saved the day. They, like, captured, Tess.
And also,
yeah,
like,
I'm just kinda like,
eye
why
patch
did all
goat in the background.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess, I don't know what he's...
I feel like I missed something.
I'm just like, why did this all happen off screen?
I think the joke is, like, Tails, like, won by accident and they fought a real thing. Yeah, there's, like, this big fucked up goo monster.
Yeah, the end of Akira is just sitting in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I like that it's like, I'll better not tell them what happened to Nutson, or they'll think I'm a real hero, and that'll get me in the worst trouble.
Mm-hmm.
They'll think I actually did anything.
Yeah. So, Tails gets on, like, a little, like, garbage can lid and, like, slides down the wall and says goodbye. And then, like, as he finishes, like, sliding down, Sonic shows up and he's like, hey, where were you? Come on, we got work to do.
Hey man, what the fuck? No taking a
Like,
vacation.
Fooling
You
around.
stupid kid. And Tails like, oh, alright.
Yeah.
I guess.
Good to see you too, Sonic.
You dick.
Yeah, asshole.
Yeah. He's a dick. You get, a little Q zone for some tips and tricks on playing, Aladdin, FIFA Soccer, a game called Pete Sampras Tennis.
Okay.
I guess this is like a famous Wimbledon guy or something.
You know, at that point in the 90s, they were just throwing whatever at the wall.
Yeah. We get our Decapitax
if it's not
story.
Mario Power Tennis, I don't give a shit.
Listen, there are two types of sports games. One's where you can play as Mario, and one's where you can't.
So true.
I'm thinking of, I saw a bunch of people getting really excited for the return of Mario Strikers.
Good for them.
Yeah. We've got a Decapitax story, continuing off from before.
I understand what Devon's saying about this monster.
Yeah.
Just
You're welcome.
He just fucking swallows Chuck whole. He spits out like the little skull guy.
oh my god.
I forgot his name.
Jesus Christ.
He's like rubbing his belly and like Chuck is like banging against it.
Yeah, and there are like belly noises going on, and then he just vomits him up.
This is a lot.
There's like really detailed vomit that's being drawn on screen. I don't need that.
Yeah, there's like a whole carrots, an apple. There's a train in there.
Just all the stomach noises too. Like Jesus. This is someone's fetish who drew this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, like, we're, like, in, like, 2 years we're gonna, like, some kid is having a sexual awakening to this.
Ugh. It's just because they look weird. That's the big reason why I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, this is like
that.
someone has discovered something about themselves and they're very uncomfortable about it, but they're still fascinated about it. You know?
Yeah.
It's just whoever drew this, like, has a really, like, weird style, too. So.
Yeah, this, like, whoever wrote this,
I'm being
whoever
judgy.
wrote this does have, like, a, like, After Dark Twitter that is locked and that you're not allowed to go on.
Yeah. Nigel Kitching After Dark.
But is it this art style, or do they have a different art style now, you know?
Yeah. Chuck, tricks, Chuck, does, this weird variation on, his main attack in the video game, where he receipts his head back into his body, and, the Dirty Harry cop, tries to get in there, and then he, sends it flying outwards. The Cap Attack is, the video game is, this Halloween adventure thing where you play as, a mummy who can send his face out. And, the skull's, a little power-up he gets. Anyways, there's, a bit here where, the skull is, talking about how he played Yorick in, a local performance of Hamlet.
That's pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. The Wigan advertiser described him as crass and utterly tasteless.
Good.
He mentions he can only do a Cockney accent.
That's very much in the spirit of, Hamlet. Shakespeare would love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He would love it. We get, some
Can you imagine
line.
if Shakespeare learned about fucking Cockney rhyming slang? He'd be thrilled.
He would love it. Shakespeare would love to, write a sitcom or something.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
It would be the worst.
Shakespeare.
What should
Sorry,
do about
I'm just
nothing?
thinking about Shakespeare writing a shitty comedy film.
That'd be pretty good, though.
Mm-hmm.
And by good, I mean probably bad.
Shakespeare writing a shitty rom-com.
He would have. Anyway, so we get some speed lines. We've got more Halloween Sonic fan art. There's a little devil Sonic. This weird bat Sonic. Let's see. Oh, this is fun. Someone wrote in a letter where they talked about how annoyed they were with ordering back issues because they only wanted one issue, but because of how the back issue system worked, he had to get 4 copies or 4 different issues or something. And Mega Drive just tells him, Megadroid just tells him, hey, you should just subscribe to the magazine. That way you won't miss any issues. There's a bit where someone's complaining, hey, how come he could tear through, how come this guy ripped through steel plating? And, Megadroid says, well, that was made out of adamantium. That's much stronger than, steel. We get,
Yeah, man.
Let's see. That's it for this issue. Oh, okay, I'm looking at the ad at the back and it's talking about Sonic the Poster Mag. We might have to, get into that at some point. Maybe next time we can, I'll look into it and, see what issues we can read of that. For the record, Sonic the Poster Mag is up on, the Internet Archive. Unfortunately, I couldn't find, the specials. Next issue. Issue
39.
39.
39.
Sonic loses his powers. It's fucked up.
Sonic is naked in this.
Sonic gets his powers taken away from him, with a laser gun, and it goes into Robotnik.
And Robotnik gets
we get blue Robotnik. He's got Sonic's spines. Sonic. So I don't know if it was in the comic proper, but maybe I'll look into it next time. But the whole promotional comic that came, it didn't there was like a little promotional comic when the first game came out that like gave him a backstory, sort of going off like the Sonic Bible story, and he had like brown fur in that, and then he gets his superpowers. So in this story where he loses his powers, he goes from blue to brown, and it's fucked up.
People
he naked.
don't
He needs to put his
recognize him
clothes on.
either, because he, like, tries to go to the base. I assume it's a new base. They never actually say that they had a new base, but, and they're like, who the fuck are you? And Sonic's like, it's me, guys.
Yeah.
Please.
At first...
He doesn't actually say it's me, guys, it's just the next panel is they're like, oh, it's Sonic. And he's like, yeah.
They've only got, like, 9 pages to write a story.
They probably recognize his voice, too, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
They probably said, oh, we only know one hedgehog that wears those sneakers.
Of course. They talk about how Robotnik probably killed a scientist and stole his invention. And Sonic, like, outwits him by, like, basically, he sends him to, like, fight near some badniks, and the badniks attack Robotnik because they mistake him for Sonic. So they gotta turn him back, but Sonic's able to, like, get his powers back and save the day.
Yeah, Grimer, like, fucks up and, like, sucks the powers away, and when he's trying to, like, he somehow gives them back to Sonic. I have no idea how, but it's fine.
Yeah.
He does it, and that's all that matters. And he wins, and he destroys the machine.
Yeah. It's basically a big tube that makes lasers come out.
The big tube of laser.
In the review zone, we get a 3D fighter called Balls with a Z.
Balls. Like anyone here watch Curtis Connor? Because he, like, uses, like, a Barbie movie sound that's just like, balls!
Balls.
Balls.
I'm just thinking, I think I have seen this game before, but, I'm not sure. We get a review for a Jungle Book game. Eternal Champions continues. It's going pretty good. He, like, breaks his, like, partner out of jail. In the news zone, we learn the big secret of Sonic and Knuckles. You know that...
Is that they're married.
Yes, they're married. You know, that Sonic and Knuckles cart in your Sonic 3 cart, if you plug them in together, you get the secret true game,
Jesus
Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Hey kids,
Damn.
You know about video games?
I mean, to be fair, like, is this the first game that, like, had a plug-in thing? Like, maybe it was kind of like, oh shit, oh fuck, I can do that?
Yeah, once again, hindsight is a hell of a drug in which, I get to sit here and be like, damn, y'all didn't know, haha, but, like, this was revolutionary.
Yeah, I don't know if anything, it is funny thinking about how the Sonic and Knuckles had, like, a special cartridge you could put another game in.
Yeah. It was like, yeah, let's just make this really weird and plug them into each other.
Yeah.
Who decided this?
People out here looking for innovation.
Yeah, well, I will admit it's a very big-brained idea to the problem of, oh, we can't fit this all in one cartridge, what do we do?
True.
Well, let's put 2 cartridges in there.
Innovation.
Speaking of Knuckles, there's a Knuckles story.
Yeah. Knuckles,
Knuckles goes to the big city.
He's in, like, the egg pod from his last appearance, but, like, it's got some software that self-destructs it, so he has to escape.
Yeah, Eggman's like, get the fuck out of my car.
And, like, Knuckles glides down onto the island, but the Carnival Night Zone is here for some reason, and he didn't build that. So he goes to check it out. He, like, digs underground to, like, get past the fence. So that's pretty great to see. And he's like looking around. He fights like a big robot. He counter punches it so hard it explodes. And like 3 mysterious individuals are figuring out what's going on here.
It's the Mario Bros.
We know these guys.
It's the Marxio Bros. And they shoot at him with a sniper rifle. But Knuckles...
Man, they're cool.
Knuckles knows the secret of any sniper rifle user, which is you run up and do a melee attack. So they can't because they're at a disadvantage up close.
Yeah, if you're fighting a long range fighter, all you have to do is just run at them real quick.
I am very entertained by the fact that they did shoot at him with a real gun. But it's just the funny comedy Mark's Mario Brothers trio.
Yeah, these guys will try to kill you with a real, actual, alive gun.
And they say they're the Marxio Brothers, and they're gonna make an offer he can't refuse.
They sure aren't Marxists, though.
Yeah.
Hey, Knuckles, we noticed you from across the bar, and we love your vibe.
Stop!
They're looking for a fourth.
Gross.
They're looking for a fourth.
We've got, more Q zones. There's something for a game card called Marco's Magic Football. And that is the most Amiga-ass game you could possibly come up with. It's about a little British kid who can kick around a soccer ball, and it's a platformer.
Then why isn't called Marco's Magic Soccer Ball?
Because he's a...
Get right, Britain.
Yeah.
Shut up. We got it. We got the word soccer from them.
Yeah, where is... Well, anyways.
They used to call it soccer.
Yeah.
Because it was like soccer football. It's short for something. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole thing.
Neat.
English is stupid.
In Decap Attack,
this one's kind of gross, because it's just like a lot of using the brain.
Yeah, it is mostly just a mad scientist torturing a cop brain.
Yeah, it's just a cop, though.
True.
So.
Yeah. He included the eyeballs are on him, too. He dunks them in a vat of acid, then, puts, a fucking hand mixer in there, and then he electrocutes it, and he flattens him like a pancake.
They should have let, that monster eat a cop, too.
Yeah.
Haha. For fun. Haha.
Yeah, and then the cop could be on his tummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, they finish the surgery. The cop says, "Sorry to have bothered you, sir," and he leaves. But the next panel shows, the Igor guy. I think he's just Igor. He's trying to have his grapefruit, but someone switched it out with a cop brain. So they just put a grapefruit in his brain and sent him out.
Cool.
The cop brain's like, "Please accompany to the station once I figure out how to move." And that's the end of this story.
It's kind of the end of the
Thank God.
comic,
Yeah.
too, because we just get some speed lines. We get a cool Knuckles.
you get a really cool Knuckles. He's got these rainbow gloves, sunglasses, a jacket.
Why does this Knuckles looks like the evil virus from you know the one like Cell movie where it's like the cell in the body and then like,
Osmosis
Bill Murray's
Jones.
there. Osmosis Jones.
Oh.
Do you know the evil virus in that movie who looks sick as fuck?
Oh yeah, Drax.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, Drax.
Or, is it
Yeah.
Drax? I don't remember.
I think it's Thrax, because I think he's Anthrax.
Oh yeah, because he's supposed to be Anthrax.
Yeah.
And they're
He
like,
does
Yeah.
look like
Anyways,
Thrax.
Knuckle looks like Anthrax in this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
he's pretty cool.
The fucking coolest virus in the world.
Did y'all watch Ozzy and Drix?
I
The
did.
show?
Yeah, the
I
show.
didn't
Yeah.
watch Osmosis Jones, but I did watch Ozzy and Drix.
I watched Osmosis Jones once and it made me really uncomfortable
Me too!
because they had all the
Same.
parts with Bill Murray just like shooting like pus out of his fucking face and I said knock it off.
I hated watching him eat the egg for some reason, and I can't explain why.
God, that was the worst.
He's fucking it's a very disgusting movie.
It's like way better when it's all animated. Like it looks way less gross when it's just like all animated, like Ozzy and Drix. Like that's
Yeah, when it's animated, it's delightful. When I have to look at Bill Murray eat a disgusting egg and like pop a pimple onto a lady, I go, no thank you.
Mm-hmm.
ugh.
It was bad. But it did have Thrax, who was sexy.
Yeah, Thrax should have been a Tumblr sexy man, but he came a few years too early.
Aw, bummer. Well, we could always go back and reevaluate.
Yeah, I could reignite the fandom of Thrax.
Yeah.
We can
met
have
a couple
problematic
Thrax
debates
fans in my
like
time. We could organize a comeback or something.
Yeah, people made
Yeah.
a comeback with like a sexy Thomas the Tank Engine, like, train guy, so why not?
Why not?
yeah, and we can talk about how Thrax is problematic because he's Anthrax and things like that.
Yeah.
Oh god, I can see it now.
Mm-hmm.
Ideal.
Speaking of disgusting things, someone lists a recipe they made for Mobius eggs.
Oh no.
Which is, you fry, chips, which is French fries, and onion rings in a pan. Then, put them into, beaten eggs. You, like, mix them with, like, beaten eggs, then fry that. And it notes the mixture will be slightly runny, so place the frying pan under a grill.
What?
Or, I think
No,
they
thank
mean,
you.
like, in a broiler or something, until the mixture is brown.
No, thank you.
Why would I want it to be brown?
And, they,
Why
say
do I
they
want the
like
egg to be brown?
They like it cold with lots of ketchup.
Ugh!
Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah, this is... British people cook like they hate food.
Dude.
Yeah, the thing about British people is that they're wrong. No offense to the British, but like kind of high-key offense to the British.
Yeah. There's also a kid who says his dad thinks that Sonic is like a chicken.
Yeah. He is.
Has there been a Chicken Sonic character yet?
Scratch?
Let me think. Yeah, I think it would be Scratch.
Completely forgot about that guy.
Yeah. Megadroid tells the kid that next time you have, like, chicken for dinner, tell your dad they're eating hedgehog.
No thank you.
Yeah. So, that's it for that issue. And we move on to our last issue for today, issue 40. Where it's coming close, Christmas is about to start. They're going to have, the next two issues are going to be like extra long, to like celebrate the holidays. There's going to be a Streets of Rage story, or no, that's for Sonic the Poster Mag. Anyways, we get Sonic the Hedgehog in the Frozen Zone. Sonic and Tails and his friends have to liberate a zone that has been completely frozen. And it's not even Robotnik who did it.
Yeah,
this
it's
time.
just some guy.
Yeah, it's just some guy with a very upsetting face.
Yeah, I don't like to look at him.
Yeah. Yeah, we've just got this other mad scientist named, like, the Chiller. Who wrote this one? Yeah, this isn't written by Nigel Kitching. They got someone to write, like, something themed around, like, Christmas or something.
Wow, it's Joe Chill.
Is this
it's
Christmas?
Joe Chill. Well, it's close to Christmas. This came out, late November.
No, I think Devin's asking, is this actually Christmas themed, though? It like...
Yeah.
Because there aren't...
Is the mere act of it being cold enough for it to be considered Christmas?
Fair enough. I think you're right. I think this is just like a filler story.
It is fun to see, like, them all, like, frozen, and, like, they look like statues, and they eventually, Johnny Lightfoot gets frozen, so Sonic, Porker, Tails, like, they all gotta, like, find that guy, that Chiller guy, and everyone gets frozen, even Sonic, but it's fine. Or, like, just his feet get frozen?
Yeah, just his feet get frozen, and he can, like, vibrate them fast enough that he can just break out.
Also, he can apparently thaw the other two?
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
he
runs
really
so fast the heat thaws them out.
Fair enough. I guess it's like friction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Eggman learned about this, like, day one.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he hasn't done a lot of ice-type stuff himself.
Yeah, he, wrote down on a low checklist, ice doesn't work.
Yeah. So, they thaw out the zone. Sonic tells the guy, hey, you're bad at being a villain. Go be a good guy.
Aren't you tired of going apeshit? Don't you want to be nice?
And he sends, like, the robots he sent after Sonic to, like, mop up the whole, like, mop up all, like, the melted water.
Yeah, I guess Chiller's just good now. Whatever.
It's that easy, folks.
It's just that easy.
Sonic has been trying to do this to Eggman for years, and he just does it to this guy in, 10 minutes.
Well, he's not as evil as Robotnik.
That's true. This guy just wanted things to be cold for some damn reason.
Yeah,
for fun.
Yeah, they just got mad at his, like, inventions, so he froze them all. In the review zone, we get a review for Bubsy 2. The review describes it having, like, an area that's basically a hub, but compares it to another game of this caliber called James Pond.
James Pond? Is he a frog that's James Bond?
Yes. Let me find the really good James Pond ad. James Pond.
Can you play it on the Amiga?
Let me see. Let's see. James Pond, codename Robocod.
Come on, man.
Come on!
Yeah, it's on a lot of platforms. It is on the Amiga.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our new podcast, Kill James Pond.
Mm-hmm. It's on the Amiga, the Amiga AGA, the Amiga CD32, the Atari ST, the Sega Genesis, the Commodore 64, Acorn Archimedes.
What
MS-DOS.
is that?
Wow, people were really just gunning for James Pond. They were like, we gotta put this on every console. People are gonna be flying to get it.
Acorn Archimedes is a computer designed by Acorn Computers from Cambridge, England. So, they're British computers.
Remember when there were more than, 3 companies?
No.
Remember?
Yeah, that's fair.
So MS-DOS, the Game Gear, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, PlayStation, Master System, Super Nintendo, Nintendo DS, PlayStation 2, and Nintendo Switch.
So if anyone wants to go play James Pond, it's on the Nintendo Switch.
Yes,
You can also, if you are one of the lucky few, play it on your Amiga.
yeah.
Sponsored by James Bond.
Sponsored by... Is this Codemasters? Let me see. Vector Dean, but was later acquired by Codemasters. Let's see. So, yeah. Let me find the James Pond ad. Here we go. I'm gonna fucking copy this image, paste it in the chat, and describe it. What?
Here we go.
Oh, fuck. Is this too high res or something? Let me...
It's too powerful.
There we go.
Damn, just like Kentabor.
It's this picture of our mascot.
I hate this.
It's James Pond. He's this weird fish with armor. He's
I hate this motherfucker.
He's in a fucking malt shop with a milkshake. And he's saying, "Can you fly? Can you drive? Can you stretch up high? Can you?" And
hey, why don't you mind your own fucking business, dude?
And there's a fucking speech bubble with 2 little spikes underneath it and a little trail of speed saying, "No, I'm out of here."
Yeah, me too, of this fucking dude. I was at my malt, the bar at a malt shop trying to get my, strawberry malt, and then this dude started asking me weird questions like this.
This was what it was like in the 90s. They don't make mascot platformers anymore, but if they did, we might have seen more things like this.
It was lawless out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm suddenly understanding why the console wars exist. Just so much advertising just dedicated to shitting on other brands. So yeah, that's James Pond 2. Let's see, what does STC give it? STC gives it an 85%, above average platformer at the usual accolade competitive price, but it's too easy to lose a life. No, wait, that's Bubsy 2. Wait, what? Oh! I forgot we were talking about Bubsy 2.
Yeah, remember that?
Bubsy who?
Bubsy 2.
Bubsy 2!
Yeah, everyone's favorite bobcat, Bubsy. He talks. He says funny quips. He's got a Nerf bazooka gun.
I only know, the only Bubsy I care about is Bubsy 3D, I'm sorry.
Yeah, specifically Bubsy's 3D, Bubsy Visits the James Turrell retrospective. I guess it is called Bubsy 3D because it's the third game.
But also it's in 3D.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's one of the most fun, playable platformers around.
I'm still looking at this giant James Pond. Also, I thought he was gonna be a frog and not a fish. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what you'd think.
Yeah, I still hate him.
Yeah, I hate seeing him.
I kinda love him.
He does.
Are you sure?
Yeah, yes.
Do you want to reconsider?
He does have a power-up that's a flying bathtub. So that's neat.
Yeah, I kinda want to reconsider, especially after seeing the bathtub picture.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like, sometimes the line between finding a new fun favorite freak and discovering a new hated pervert can be a thin one.
Yeah.
But I feel like this guy is a pervert.
Fair enough.
I think he doesn't have sex, but he's still a pervert, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you don't need to have sex to be a pervert.
He's not horny, but he's still a pervert.
Yeah, this guy is, like, prime deviant behavior.
Yeah. Our other review for this issue is for a Sylvester and Tweety game. 91%. Excellent, humorous, cartoon-based game, but is easy to the negative is it's easy to play, and it's possible to complete within a week or two. So
I can't wait for the Dark Souls of Sylvester games.
You get more Eternal Champions. They escape a near-death experience. They meet a mob boss, he tries to kill them, they escape, and they got, like, papers to, like, bust him. Let's see, in the news zone, we're talking about more video games coming out. We've got, nothing super notable, but there is a game called Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, the Second Cataclysm, which I've heard about, and I think it's supposed to be pretty good. I think it's like a beat 'em up. Anyways, here we fucking go. American developer and publisher Cyber Dreams released the Mega CD version of Dark Seed, and they have also released some new games, Dark Seed 2, and I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream.
Finally.
Dark Seed 2 is an incredible game. It's not a good game, but it's an incredible one. It's about this wimpy little author guy who isn't writing anything called Mike Dawson, who just has to save the world from an eldritch horror, and he's just a huge fuck up. He's a little weenie man.
Little weenie man.
A baby man baby.
Yeah.
Baby.
It's got some great art. I used to go by the username Mike Dawson because I was a big fan of the Let's Play playthrough, or the Let's Play commentary on a long play of Darkseid 2, which also it's like a comically long playthrough because the person playing it keeps getting stuck and just like wanders around the map and just like keeps going into the bathroom where I guess just to figure out stuff. Maybe look up a walkthrough.
Yeah, that's where I go to think.
And also there's I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. I don't know if that's a good or bad game, but it is a notable, weird, dark game where you're like, it's based on the short story, you play a section as each of like the people who are getting tortured by AM.
That's fascinating because like the short story is like pretty good, but like I just wouldn't know how to like make that into a video game, I guess.
Yeah. It's like this, it's got this sort of episodic game where like you like play through a section of each character and you like find out what their deal is and like there's like a secret way to get like the good ending where they can die or something.
Huh.
It's but I cannot attest to its quality or lack thereof. Other things here. Oh, yeah. That's sort of it. So, Knuckles in the Carnival Night Conspiracy. He's met up with the Marxio brothers, and they're like, hey, come on, we just thought you were a criminal.
We just some little guys.
Yeah. Hey, this city, it's a big theme park, and, we'll tell you, if you let us run the theme park, you can, get some, we'll give you a cut of the profits. And like the guy telling them this, like one of them isn't getting paid. Chikio, Grouchio? So he's just like trying to convince Knuckles, hey, come on, we're not so bad. Why don't you work with us? And then like Knuckles sees some like Dr. Robotnik robots and he like smashes them to bits and they're like, hey, come on. We just bought them from him. We're not gonna like take over the island or anything.
Hey, we're totally not evil.
But,
we shot at you for completely moral reasons.
Mm-hmm. It was the castle doctrine. They then like put, they just show Knuckles a ride. It's a, roller coaster in like the Hell House. It is Hell House because this is the UK and that's a normal word.
It's a normal word everywhere. Fuck everything.
Yeah. Knuckles gets put on a big roller coaster and is just enjoying the ride, and that's where we leave off for this issue.
Knuckles has a great time, and then they let him leave.
Yeah. I'm sure that's how it's gonna turn out.
Yep.
We've got some, the Decap Attack story. It's just a little one-off story. And I think it's starting to show that Nigel Kitching really loves writing Decap Attack. He's, the mad scientist guy, built a new Frankenstein. And he's like, oh no, I built his head upside down. Let me see, you're supposed to, cut off the nerve endings and reattach them. Nah, I'm just gonna get a big wrench and turn his head around. And it works. Chuck and the new, like, Frankenstein guy, like, start fighting because they're, like, trying to vie for who gets to be his Frankenstein guy. And then the mad scientist says, with Chuck gone, you can stay with us for the rest of your life. And he's like, stay here. And then he jumps off the balcony instead and leaves Chuck to live. And yeah, he jumps off and they're like, oh no, what's gonna happen to him? Where can a muscle-bound nitwit find a future? And the final panel is a couple months later, they're watching the noted British television show, The Gladiators, and they're like, hey, check it out, you're not gonna believe this.
I'm glad that he discovered his calling.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Yeah. Let's see, the speed lines, I think they just copy and pasted the same one from last issue, but with new fan art.
It is funny to see Tails with, like, the head of the Mega Droid or whatever.
Oh yeah, that is the Mega Droid.
Yeah.
I was just thinking Pac-Man.
Yeah. Yeah, and, also, they're gonna start a new series, featuring Marco's Magic Football.
Great. Great. It's more than a game, Brian. It's a brand new series.
It's a new series. They're gonna do more Streets of Rage. They're gonna have Sonic and Knuckles. There's gonna be stories featuring Amy and Megadroid himself. So yeah, that'll be what we cover next time.
Can't wait to learn about Marco's magic football.
Mm-hmm. I forgot to write an ask post or alert anyone about asks. In fact, so there's no questions to ask this week.
Yeah, I mean, we're running a little long anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, not really. But like,
yeah, we're already on an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So, instead, let me roll for next week. That is an 8. And if I remember right, 8 is Sonic X. So,
hell yeah, finally!
Yeah, let's get more Sonic X in here.
I get to see Rouge and her girlfriend some more.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Thank God I've been so
I
starved.
saw, like, people showing, like, Rouge and her girlfriend, and then, like, Eggman and his boyfriend from the movies, Stone, and they would just, like, I don't know, it was fun. Fun fan art.
Yeah. So, let's take it to a close. I'm Dan. You can find me at a lot of places. You can find me on Twitter, at Bigger Challenge. You can find me on YouTube. That's Big Challenges. I think I'm going to, stop doing the Fallout 4 Let's Play, but I will be starting a new Let's Play of heavily modded Left 4 Dead, with Argyle. Might get, Joe in on it. Gonna have to find one more person, but, look forward to that. We're gonna, like, play through Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2. We're gonna play through a whole bunch of, like, custom maps. There's some fucking wild custom maps, by the way.
Are you
So look for... Yeah, the Left 4 Dead 2 RP server. You can listen to my other podcasts, which include Pod of Greed, a Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. It's on hiatus right now. We finished season 3. Well, not on hiatus. It's on break. It'll be coming back in September. We finished season 3. We're gonna
about Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about 5Ds, but first we're gonna talk about season 4. Speaking of which, season 4, much shorter than I realized. We'll actually...
Oh yeah, no, it's a really quick season.
Yeah, we're gonna be starting on 5Ds at, like, the start of next year.
You can kind of tell that they just kind of wanted to wrap GX up.
You can listen to Video Games, the Movie, the Podcast. I really need to edit the Resident Evil 2 episode and put it up. Also soon will be our Doom episode featuring Zach. Let's see. You can listen to, let me see. Oh, yeah, you can listen to my finished podcast, Chill Bleed About Ill Bleed. My inactive podcast, Stranger's Fiction. It's an actual play. And visit at Xbox_holiday, where Usher celebrates holidays with Xbox, which I need to update. Alright, that's it for me. Morg, where can we find you?
You can find me at Haunting the Morg on Twitter. That's Haunting the M-O-R-G. You can also find me on my other podcasts. Forward ReZero, a ReZero Watch podcast, and Digimon Ghost Gaze, a Digimon Ghost Game Watch podcast. That's it.
Alright.
You can find me on Twitter at Grooving Ghastly, and you can find me on a Hunter x Hunter podcast called Going Well Hunting, and on a podcast with the same host called We Rate Queerbait, where we just kind of yell for about like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We recorded on the famous great show that has good writing, BBC Sherlock, a week ago, and that one was comprehensible and good.
Alright. Yeah. Hell yeah. You can find us on Twitter, @ShuffleSonic. You can find our Discord on the Twitter and in the episode notes. And you can also find us on noisepace.xyz. Noisepace.xyz is a podcast network run by noted Canadian Matt GameCube. So noted that for being Canadian that he insisted we pronounce it Zed. And there's a lot of different
These Canadians trying to take over America.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. I think it would be the same.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it would be the same.
Yeah, unfortunately the same. A lot of different shows on there, including this week's alphabetical shoutout, Middlebrow Madness. Isabel Arf and Derek Godin use the tried and true method of the single elimination bracket to find out which movie from the IMDb Top 250 is the best one. Let me see, episodes. The most recent episode is from August of 2021. It was their 35th episode, where they talk about things like Reservoir Dogs, The Bandit, The Great Dictator, Mad Max Fury Road. It's called Randy Quaid Pride Flag.
Good.
Good. That's, you can check it out if you're interested. There's, I don't know if they finished it or not. 35, I don't know mathematically how much they finished, but you can check it out. You can you can also listen to podcasts that aren't noise-based shows, but are friends of us on the network page, including this week's shout-out, Lynchpin. Lynchpin is a monthly podcast where Chaz, Janosch, Jan and Alec, give you their takes on David Lynch's work. Looks like the most recent episode is on some episodes of Twin Peaks: The Return. Let's see. This is from 3 months ago. I don't remember how many episodes Twin Peaks: The Return had, but I'm pretty sure it was pretty short. I think they finished this podcast.
They might have. I'm not sure. I mean, Janosch does so many so does Chaz. Yeah. They do so many podcasts that, like, who knows?
Yeah. Janosch is, as we say, on their damn podcast. So
always on their damn podcast.
Yeah. But yeah, you can check that out. I'm sure they have some fun things to say about the works of David Lynch. They've got, like, Twin Peaks. They've got Mulholland Drive, Inland Empire. Check it out. That's just about everything. So until next time, Sonic is real, he is strong, and he is my friend.
He is the only blue light that matters.
The only one.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.